Hey, motherfuckers! What's up? This is the Fantasy Foot Round. It is Monday night, baby. This is your Tvshka. Gosh, actually, shoot. We're all just like this week. We're all out of work. There we go. Glad everybody in the back end fucking checked everything. Yeah, no, this is Tvshka. This is Josh now on the appropriate side. Josh, how was your weekend, man?
It was good. Went 4 for 4 in my fantasy games.
Nice.
So we're cheers to that. The Cardinals that I'm a fan of lost, but it wasn't because of embarrassing fashion like the professional Cardinals. So yeah, that was yeah. So not only is our episode based on the fact of the Titans falling upward, but also some players coming into our wild card spot that are basically falling upward on that. So that's kind of what the whole basis of that is. But no, I had a fine weekend. Got to see the family, got to watch ball, and the ball let me know that I know it. And so there you go.
Yeah, there we go. I almost swept. I got bamboozled by one player alone, losing. I scored like 150 points and still lost. Just that's the plight of fantasy football. As annoying as that is, but hopefully you find, ladies and gentlemen, at home you had a better week or just as good as a week. Really, it was actually a great week for fantasy football. A lot of scoring,
a lot of scoring,
a lot of losses that probably shouldn't have happened. There is no undefeated team anymore. The 1972 Dolphins reign supreme yet again. But also it was only like 13 games, so doesn't really count anymore. But nonetheless, people still. I think the Patriots season was really the best one.
85
yeah, 85 Bears. Yeah, but I mean, just recent history. That Patriots run, will they go 16 or what would they play?
18-1,
like 18-1. Yeah,
18-1.
Losing the only game you wanted to win, but you got to win everything else to get there. Bless you. Yeah. To me, I still think that was probably one of the greatest seasons. Not the best post game, but yeah, definitely an undefeated season that we probably just won't see. It's so hard.
It's so hard
to go undefeated, let alone like. 15. Well, I guess now it'd be 15-2. But even just only losing 2 games. But speaking of 2-game losing, my Chiefs are 2-2 and only 4 points ahead of the Jacksonville Jaguars, who are 3-1. But it also helps to be in a shitty division.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, hey, whenever you're amongst muck, sometimes you stand out. And you know what, bud? Let's just jump into it.
Yeah.
These guys.
First off, hey, Brennan, happy belated birthday. I know he turned the big 4-0 over the weekend, so happy belated birthday.
Hey, happy birthday, Brennan. Yeah, he had a big party over there, too. Yeah. But these guys are having parties because they are our top 10.
Here
we go. Watch it.
Yeah, I'm on top.
Boop. Yeah, that's right. Put the work in. Oh, man. It is the top 10. And I don't know why. Oh, my gosh, man. It's been a fun day. Backgrounds were hidden from me, and they're not showing up for some reason. I'm clicking on it, dude. I'm clicking on the background. Dude, can you click it for me? There we go.
Sure can.
F and A. I don't know what's going on. Didn't want that though. But yeah. So we are in the top 10. We're going to run through the overall and then run through each individual skill position, basically just highlighting one or two people This usually tends to be the longest part of the show because we do have a guest that's going to be coming up later in our 4th and 20. And even just from the same title, you probably know who it is. But we're going to do a pump pass kick there. We got a great wild card ahead of us. But, man, this week, top 10 overall, Rico Dowdle.
Yeah.
Welcome to my team off the waiver. Literally, I think like 24 hours before they played. Scoring 32 points.
Jesus.
Absolutely incredible. 206 rushing yards off of 23 attempts for 1 touchdown. And then stacking on top of that 3 receptions for 28. Right behind Jonathan Taylor Thomas, getting 32. Only 66 yards. But he made those yards matter. Oh, my God. Interception, baby.
They threw a flag.
God damn it. Okay. Anyways, but getting 3 touchdowns. That was incredible in that Indianapolis win over Las Vegas. Also getting 3 targets. But then the arrest Ibuka getting 31. Kyron Williams, even though he fumbled, getting 31 in that still crazy loss there. One of the many upsets of the weekend. Jamar Chase is relevant.
Welcome back, bud. Yeah, there he is.
You exist this season. That's good. Will he come back? Who knows? Probably not if they keep running as a quarterback. But CJ Stroud topping in and the quarterbacks themselves, 29 points. Then Sam Darnold getting 29. Dak Prescott getting 28. McCaffrey staying strong, getting 28 points. And then rounding out the overall top 10 is JSN. And jumping into the individual categories. Like we talked about, Stroud, Darnold, Prescott, but then you also got Mayfield in unfortunate. Actually, no, they did end up winning that one. Yes. It was just high scoring, absolutely ruined my Seattle defense that I had. But they've held strong, so I'm not going to drop them yet. But then Justin Fields, bud, coming in against your Cowboys, proving that the Dallas defense will make anybody relevant as far as quarterback wise. Matthew Stafford coming in after that too, talking below. Mac Jones still doing big things out there in San Fran. And then Browning, like we talked about, and then Josh Allen. Out of the quarterbacks, bud, what you got?
Browning's not going to be there again because they're losing.
Yeah.
That is all Jamar Chase going Thanos, saying I'm going to do it myself.
For real.
Just like
just give me the ball.
Need the ball. Now,
okay.
Mac Jones. I think, is it finally saying it's the system now? As long as you have you remember that they were saying that they were going to take Mac Jones in San Francisco and then they ended up getting Trey Lance instead. And people are like, you're crazy. Why would you not take Trey Lance? You should totally. And they traded up to get Trey Lance. If it wasn't for them taking Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant, who knows if Shanahan would still have a job. He should have just gone with his gut and taken Mac Jones to begin with, if this is the Mac Jones we're expecting for that. Like, he might pull a Sam Darnold and get a situation there. But Dak Prescott this is the knock on wood. This is the best I've seen Dak Prescott play in quite some time. The dude is locked the F in. I've told people, and he was a great late round, 9th, 10th round quarterback, because that way you can get that. And if you look at his numbers, week 1, he wasn't good numbers wise, but you could tell his quarterback play was there. And then the numbers have followed suit so far. So, as far as the quarterbacks are concerned, I know.
Speaking of falling forward, ladies and gentlemen, freaking
Jacksonville
the
Jaguars.
prince that was promised, Travis Lawrence, literally falling over 2-3 times after the snap, still eludes about 5 tackles from the Chiefs. Poor tackling.
He fell down 4 times, it felt like.
And then falls into the end zone, giving them the lead 28-31 with 23 seconds left in the game. I don't like this. Mahomes has done it in the past, but
all he needs is 13 seconds, guys. We know this. He has 16 seconds.
I had 23. You're ahead of me. I need to refresh then. Yeah, there's 16. Yeah. But anyways, yeah. Sorry. Talking about quarterbacks, maybe Mahomes will get this done. But yeah. Any notes on the quarterbacks?
CJ Stroud, when you play a Ravens team that just doesn't care anymore, and you have protection. This is the CJ Stroud that's supposed to happen when you have protection. So this is why we're like, yeah, CJ Stroud's good. He just doesn't have protection. Once he has protection, then you see what he does.
I mean, should we start targeting the Ravens defense now, just like we target
we should.
Dallas Cowboys and some of the other ones? Yeah. I mean, it's Pepto-Abysmal.
Yeah. It's 100. I think I saw a stat where like $130 million of their salary cap is hurt.
Yeah.
Right now. Obviously 60 of it's Lamar, but still like they went through the list and I'm like, that's all of their best players. Like that's their studs. That's their anchors.
Yeah.
Like Roquan, Hamilton, Humphrey, all out. Like that defense wasn't good to begin with. And you take those three out and it's just chicken fodder. And then if you didn't realize how valuable Lamar is, look at the Ravens offense. They're inept without him. So it's crazy there. But
that's very much going to be good.
Trevor Lawrence has crept into the top 10.
Did he get in? Okay.
Yeah, with his 2 rushing touchdowns. So
yeah.
He's him and Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is at 20. They're both at 27.
Yep.
So
and Hollywood Brown basically getting tagged with the ball in the back of his head.
Mm-hmm.
So this looks like it's pretty much gonna be done. I mean, 7 seconds, 3rd and 10. I mean, we didn't get anything other than just losing time. So, but credit to Jacksonville. I mean, playing a better game. Even though, the first half looked very well in hand, just with this, just run time down and
pitchy woo woo.
Yeah. But hey, defense matters. Also securing the ball matters, man. Yeah. And running backs. Some people did that. Others did not.
Some people just dropped the ball before they crossed the goal line.
Oh my God, man. Rico Dowdle was not one of those, people, but I talked about 32 points, topping the charts. Then Jonathan Taylor-Thomas. Kyron Williams did have one pretty bad fumble. They're at the goal line, but they lost for other reasons as well. Getting 31. McCaffrey, 28. Bill Krowski.
Bill Krowski's. There it is. Forgot we had that when I was getting ready to go into it.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. We got the draft for it, but he comes in with 27 points, having a good week. Thank God for everybody who picked him up off the waivers and really kind of relied on him the last few weeks. And then Williams coming in at 27. Rashad White actually was a good waiver pickup for a lot of people, filling in for Bucky Irving, getting 23 points. Michael Carter, the same, filling in for not only Connor, who was out, but unfortunately the other guy who was on my team, I can't remember his name right now, got injured as well. But David Montgomery, the Knuckles, I believe, in that mix, getting 18. And then Saquon Barkley actually being somewhat relevant.
Yeah.
This feels weird.
The trend this year is your top 2 to 3 picks of this year were they kind of had the same outcome as the top 2 to 3 picks last year. At least by the top 2 to 3, I mean, mainly Christian McCaffrey and Tyreek Hill last year, and this year it's been Jamar and Saquon. Now, if it was me, I would have taken Bijan over Saquon. That's beside the point. But those two have been the two that they.
Here we go. Hail Mary. Up in the air, landing at the 20-yard line, and that is game, folks. And I'm going to throw my computer away.
The Jags are 4-1. You got to think of it that way. The Jags are 4-1. It's not like it's Liam Cohen and his corny ass, but they're winning.
But it's corny ass to ball. Whoa. Yeah. No, I mean, much deserved. They played a better second half, and I mean, it helps whenever your defense gets you a 99-yard interception return for a touchdown, and then doesn't help whenever it's crunch time and you guys has a pass interference on the other side of the field whenever someone intercepts the football. That really would have locked in the game.
Turns out you have to look at where the ball's coming and not just tackle the receiver with your back to the ball. That tends to not work.
I don't know. That's debatable.
No, it's not.
I mean, with the officiating, we've seen in every sport lately. We've seen weirder things happen. But yeah, no, definitely not. But yeah, I mean, for the running backs aspect of it, looking at that, Rico Dowdle, is this real? I mean, had a good week, right? I'm filling in. I mean, this is really the week of the backups, the running backups, that is, because Dowdle filling in for Chuba Hubbard, who was declared out. But next week they play the Cowboys. I know I'm going to be leaving him in. But I mean, is this something that we can kind of hope for, or have a little bit of a silver lining where this is going to be for a good chunk of the season, or is it maybe 2-3 weeks and then it's going to be back to Hubbard?
You could run into a rookie Puka Nacua Cooper Cup season where even though Dowdle is not a rookie, he's been in the league for a while, but you're going to run into more of a 50-50, and then who's ever hot. Had the hot hand. This is you're going to run into the Ken Bone Walker and Charbonnet. That's what you're running into with what we didn't know. And then Chuba was the guy. And then we're thinking, okay, Dowdle's going to get there. Chuba gets hurt. It's a calf. For those who don't know, when it's a calf injury and you're sitting out, that's what kept Chris McCaffrey out all last year, I believe, was his calf. And then if you look in the NBA wise and how bad, if you have a calf strain, chances are you're not very far from having your Achilles go bye-bye. Mm-hmm. So they are going to be monitoring that. So you might get more Rico. And by the time Chuba comes back, it probably will be a 50-50, more of a 60-40 towards Rico. So after 1 week, next week, obviously they're playing Dallas. You're going to start him. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. I don't think Chuba will be back next week. But going forward, I feel like you're going to be happy with the fact that Dowdle is going to get the carries. You're not going to be happy with the fact he's on the Panthers.
I think if Dowdle really shows out next week against Dallas and they win, right, or keep it contested, then that's going to prove dividends, to the coaching staff. But I like you're saying, I mean, Hubbard could be the goal line back and be poaching, touchdowns from him. But honestly, I don't think that really mattered too much because he only had one touchdown, 206 yards. Still would have been. I would have been all right if he didn't score a touchdown and got 206 yards.
It's the fact that he got 206 yards on only 23 carries. That is what you want to see, though, because Christian McCaffrey got 57 yards on one less carry. So he was getting yards. His yards per carry was ridiculous.
I mean, almost 10. So really, like probably 9 point something. Yeah. You all at home, you guys do the math. We're not here for that. Dowdle revenge game. Yeah.
He's going to get revenge in the fact that he's going to run a lot against us, but we're still going to beat him. So he can get his revenge on his stats, but he's not going to Stephon Diggs us. No, I will not lose to the. I will not lose to the Panthers.
Oh boy! Speaking of Stephon Diggs. And just wide receivers in general, top 10 wide receivers. We got Emeka Egbuka, and that's how you say the name. You famous tight end that can't speak. Getting 31 points, 7 for 7 on his target and receptions for 163 yards and 1 touchdown. Phenomenal game for him and insanely consistent. He's top 3. He's not as good as Puka Nacua overall in the season, but definitely climbing the ranks there. Jamar Chase, as we talked about, welcome back. You are relevant again. And for anybody who drafted you, probably number 1, number 2 overall, depending on how weird your league is, not worth the juice. And so good to see him actually proving a little bit of his worth there for people and hopefully winning some weekends for you. JSN coming in with 27 points and Stephon Diggs, the revenge game. Finally being a good teammate in Buffalo. It just took him, not being on the Bills to get it done. Puka Nacua coming there with 25 points, only 85 yards with 10 targets, but he got the touchdown. And Diggs, 146 yards with no touchdown. Absolutely insane.
Mm-hmm.
Another no touchdown game that everybody is looking at. Kendrick Bourne getting 24 points, 10 receptions for 142 yards in the upset against the Rams. With that injury depleted offense, he's definitely very well worth the pickup that we'll talk about here later. Deebo Samuel, an absolute beast of a man, 24 points as well. Jalen Waddle had himself a good game, finally. It's kind of been up and down there in Miami, getting 110 yards and 1 touchdown. And Rashid Shaheed getting 21 points off 4 receptions, 114 yards, pretty much all, and a touchdown, pretty much all off of one play. I believe that was like a 70 or 80 yard.
And it was so glorious. That's why we won another Dynasty League game, ladies and gentlemen.
My gosh. Yeah. We're not the worst.
We're not the worst.
Yeah, no, I think it's 2 in a row, man. 2
in a row.
Are we going to make this a habit? What?
No. I've seen the rest of our team.
Yeah, I know. Because we're coming up in Bipocalypse, which we'll talk about here in a little bit.
Yeah.
And Devontae Smith, even though he could not pull down that final Hail Mary pass or the Fail Mary, thanks in large part to H.A. Brown, basically meddling with it. But he comes in number 10, getting 19 points for 114. Assuming that nobody in this game that just finished topped them. And let's see. No, looks like we're good on that. But yeah, man, for wide receivers, what do you think about it?
He's the best receiver in the league. Puka.
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 Oh, Puka Nacua?
He's the best receiver in the league right now, pound for pound.
Oh, yeah.
For his route running, his physicality, everything that they do for him, I think he is the best receiver in the league.
Stats show it too.
I think he's the number 1 receiver on the year, and JSN is just a freaking wagon right now on his team. Jalen Warren. Now, his 2 best friends are the 2 training staff that comes out and checks on him after he does every single play because he's always dinged up somehow. The fantasy football has kind of had to spin on it too. I'm not going to take that as my joke, but I was basically on the same way with him. Mm-hmm. But Waddle should be the guy going forward because Tyreek Hill's not going to be there. So someone's got to step up. Maybe a guy that goes cuckoo cuckoo that just got back in the league as well that we'll get into in the tight end section.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Kendrick Bourne found his identity in San Francisco. Maybe. I don't know about that. That's something to monitor because he was signed in real late in training camp just because of, I guess IU probably, and Jawan Jennings is banged up. I mean, they're all hurt, so they were just signing anybody. And Kendrick Bourne so far is showing out to be a fine late pickup there. Jamar Chase, it's not his problem. It's not Jamar Chase's issue. It's the fact that Joe Burrow's not throwing in the ball, and Browning looks like he forgot how to play football this year because he was not this bad before when he had to step in there and do stuff. So I don't know what it was.
So let's stay there real quick. Jamar Chase situation, just the Bengals offense in general. You've got Browning, who is helming it right now. I was going to try to look and see who they got coming back. But, could you see them doing a trade?
No.
To try and salvage anything from the season? Or
no?
They're just taking the L and getting a good draft pick?
You're taking the L and getting a good draft pick because –
for another year in a row.
Why are you going to trade away value to get a quarterback that might work for you because the guy that you pay in $200+ million in an organization that is cheap as shit anyway, it just doesn't make logical sense to me. But I also see what the Jets do year in and year out. So, sometimes logic doesn't matter when it comes to NFL organizations.
Yeah. I'm just looking at Kirk Cousins, even like Russell Wilson. like previous starters, kind of, past their prime a little bit, but I mean, they're paid. So it's like, all right.
If the line can't block, it doesn't matter who you bring in. And if your defense can't stop the other team, who gives a shit?
They're the worst.
They're not the worst. The New York Jets are. But you fire your coach last year because the offense wasn't that good, but your defense was great. So then what do? Oh my God, we fired a guy. We're not good at offense. So what do? Let's go hire a defensive coordinator, and now our defense is just as bad, and our offense isn't any better. Good job, Jets.
Yeah. Well, for Jamar Chase, I mean, week 2 they played Jacksonville. He gets 36.5 points, and he got 29 points even against the Detroit Lions. For them being Bengals, is it just a cat thing? Is it just jungle cats being pissed off at each other? I mean, will he do anything against cheese? Do Bengals hate cheese, or do they hate mill workers playing the Steelers? Do they hate airplanes? They have a fear of flying. Bears? Maybe the Bears. Maybe they have a good game against the Bears. Maybe it's an animal
You can't not start him.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
That's the worst part. That's the absolute worst part.
I mean, there was people throwing around to me asking me, like, who would you start? Quentin Johnson or Jamar Chase? And I actually thought about it for 2 seconds. Like, the fact that I actually had that, oh, that's a good question. Let me think about that for a second. Instead of being like, why are you asking me this? Go away and quit fantasy football for asking me that question.
Yeah.
But I did. That's where we're at right now. And it's not Jamar's situation. Now, this week, if I would have told you to start Quentin Johnson over Jamar Chase, you would have been like, you're a dumbass. Because Quentin Johnson went away to back feet. Now, it wasn't him. It wasn't like he was dropping balls. It was just the Chargers just got destroyed.
Yeah. Herbert, the last 2 weeks, Herbert has not looked great.
No.
So hopefully there's not more going on there. No lingering injuries or anything, which we'll get to here in a little bit. But I'm not a fan of that. But yeah, any final notes on wide receivers?
Congrats, whoever drafted Ibuka in your keeper league.
Man,
if I had a time machine, and I could do anything I possibly could, what would the first thing I would do? I would go back in time and tell my dumb ass to draft Ibuka in our rookie draft instead of Matthew Golden. Yeah, well, but I mean, it's a hindsight 2020.
Yeah, hindsight 2020. Golden still, I mean, has value, and it's year 1.
Right.
How many other players have we seen come out their rookie year, been an absolute sensation, and then we don't hear about them that following 2 years? Whether it's injury, whether it's game scripted, quarterback situations, things of that nature. I mean, Laporta. We'll talk about tight ends here in a bit, but Laporta finally showing up. There's some of these people that, and I think this is the 3rd year, right? Because last year was a slump. There's just some rookies that they're not a flash in the pan, but they burn brighter to start off. It's basically like anybody kind of getting into office, any public office, right? They go in, man, they're gung ho, they want to do good, and then the system just beats them down. And I feel like maybe that's what will happen. But for Ibuka, he doesn't have to worry about it this year because it's been absolutely phenomenal. And the Bucks, I'll buy into any part of that Buck offense right now. It's above Buck.
Baker, right now, Dak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, when you talk about MVPs, you've got to have Baker and Dak in that discussion.
Yeah. That is real talk. Man, I'm trying to think if there's any. I mean, maybe McCaffrey if they end up having a pretty strong season. I mean, they're doing pretty well right now, but I mean, he is literally carrying that team to a degree. But yeah, I mean, Allen, they had a pretty bad loss, but they're still, 4-1.
Josh Allen and the numbers. Josh Allen, it's so early.
Yeah.
That. Josh Allen made that late season surge. Lamar was consistent all season. And then Josh made that late season surge, beat the brakes off of the Chiefs, and they were like, oh, got to crown him. Yeah. So it can be, Asia in the WNBA. She made a late surge, and then she won the MVP when Nafisa Collier was consistent all season. So
Yeah, well, that's kind of rigged anyways, right? Oh,
well. Anyway, as far as that,
yeah.
but
yeah, Bashirver. Sorry, but I love butchering people's names. They're on Twitch. It says, as a Chiefs fan who lost in fantasy as well as that one hurt. Man, right? Yeah. The first half looked good. Second half, just a lot of poor mistakes and very costly ones too. I mean, you can probably look at that and see a handful of plays that, if it would have went the other way, we'd be looking at a whole different ball game. But that's just the way the sport is. But fantasy-wise, luckily, as long as you're not emotionally attached to the team members, you can drop people. You can change that. And we'll talk about that here in a little bit in the waiver section. But to finish up the top 10, tight ends, baby. I mean, we talked about him, Laporta. He's there. You talked about Waller, but Barner. Who the is AJ Barner, man? Coming in, Seattle, backup tight end, excuse me, but has been getting increased use. He's going in at the top, scoring 24 points, 7 for 7 on targets and receptions for 53 yards. But the 2 touchdowns is the big thing. Right behind him, it's your boy. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Jake Ferguson coming in 24 points for Dallas in their win against the Jets, getting 7 receptions off 9 targets for 49 yards and 2 tutties. And then some of these people I've got to look up, bud. Hold on a second. Why? Oh, that's why, because I'm on the season. But Johnson, Theo Johnson, what is going on there in New York? They actually are having some relevancy, which is a weird feeling. But he comes in getting 21 points, 6 receptions off 7 targets, 33 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Then right behind him, talking about my man Laporta, actually showing up, getting 20 points off of 5 receptions, 92 yards, 1 touchdown. And then Darren Waller, Cuckoo Kachu, getting 19, 5 for 5 for 78 yards, 1 touchdown. And then the rest, we got Njoku coming in with 19. Got Taylor at 18. Tongues, which I had a feeling that not only tonight was going to be a good night, but I had a feeling that Tongues was going to do a little something in that game, especially with Kittle being out. Getting 17 points, 7 receptions, 41 yards, but he got the touchdown. Dalton Kincaid, hallelujah.
Hey, it's a year later, but he's coming into fruition.
Yeah, a year late and $1 short, but getting 17 points. No touchdowns. Who does he think he is? McBride?
Right.
Okay. And not in the top 10 is McBride, but Travis Kelce, whenever we pulled this, did make the top 10. And looking at it, he is still there. Yeah. Just outside the top 10, you got Warren getting 14 points and Ingram having a really good game there with Denver and the win against Philly, getting 13. And then stupid ass Oliver stealing points from TJ Hawkinson. But yeah, man, real quick for tight ends. What are your thoughts? What you got?
AJ Barner. It all we tell every year, every episode. Mm-hmm. When it comes to tight ends, you want to go with a guy who is consistent. Sometimes he's not going to be in the top 10. That's okay. The last thing you want to do is having to stream tight ends. I've done it multiple times, and every time it's a pain in the butt. Mm-hmm. You want to find that one tight end that you can start, or you can find that's going to have at least a decent, that's getting their targets and everything to go forward. Yep. So AJ Barner, 7 targets. I would look to pick him up, but I would look at his past targets. It's all about targets as far as I'm concerned when it comes to tight ends. If you look back at his targets, it went 2, 3, 1, 3, 7. Yep. So it's something to monitor. But you can tell the targets just weren't there the first 4 weeks of the year. So it's
the targets weren't, but he did have snap percentage up in the 80s. Right. Had a little bit of dip in week 3, but week 2 and 4, he got a touchdown, which is what really made the difference. And honestly, for a tight end that maybe averages 10 points a week, I'm fine with that. It's like a defense. If, they get close to 10 points, great. Same with the kicker. But man, 24.3, that's phenomenal. They do go into Jacksonville next week, and Travis Kelce had himself a pretty decent night. Not up to his previous standards, really. But this is, Travis Kelce riding off in the sunset, probably. And then after that, they play Houston, and then they have the bye week. Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I think he's a good pickup. You don't have any other options. Play him at the very least. You don't have him to be able to fill in, for a bye week that you may have coming up, which we'll talk about the bye weeks here in a little bit. But anything else tight end wise that pops out at you, man?
Darren Waller. It's 2 weeks.
I hate it. I hate it. I don't know the guy, but just what he did to my girl Kelsey. I just don't want this guy to be happy or succeed in life.
All right. That was all what Tvshka said. To me, all I know is the dude's a good football player when he puts his mind to it.
Darren, you heard me. No. No, he's doing phenomenal. I mean, he's doing exactly what Miami picked him up for, and kudos to them because they desperately needed that. He provided that kind of that surge with Jonnu Smith leaving and going to Pittsburgh. But yeah, man, him, first 3 weeks he was injured and didn't play at all. But the 2 weeks, 17.7 last week and then 18.8 this week. 4 targets and 5 targets. Yeah. I mean, how much fab or if you have $200 fab redraft, what are you putting in? 75, 80?
Yeah, 75, 80.
Yeah.
Going back to my previous statement that said, finding that one tight end that you can just sit no matter what. Right. All you need is just a little bit of production. Because if you're chasing that touchdown, you're losing the ground.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't chase the touchdown. You chase the targets when it comes to tight ends. I guess we obviously talk about targets and everything else when it comes to running backs and receivers, but that's kind of there's a little bit more science to that. It's pretty basic when it comes to tight ends. Dude, what's their snap percentage? What's their target share? If they don't get targets, they ain't catching the ball, and they're not going to give it to them on the goal line unless your name's like Tyler Warren. Which brings me to my point. I'm batting 1,000 on rookie tight ends when it comes to Tyler Warren.
Well, if you're batting 1,000, then what do you think about Mason Taylor? They're with New York Jets. Started off week 1, only 1 target.
Mm-hmm.
Week 2, 2 targets. Guess what he got week 3?
6.
Yeah. Are you looking at it, you son of a bitch? Yeah. 6 targets.
I do pretty well sometimes of actually guessing, but I literally had it up. So
yeah. But I also have a terrible poker face. 6, then 7, and then this week 12. And you just kind of see, with Justin Fields being in the top 10 on the quarterbacks, I think first time of the year, really showing how that helped lifted that team a little bit. And they're going against Denver, then Carolina, then Cincinnati. Whew, man, I'm telling you what, I feel like same thing. If you're in the same situation where you need a tight end, $70-$80 on Taylor. Fannin is kind of the big question there. He had a decent week against Minnesota, but he's dipped off quite a bit.
Well,
but his targets have kind of stayed up a little bit, getting at least 4 targets in each game.
It's just going to be interesting to see what this Browns offense looks like.
Yeah. Underneath Dylan Gabriel.
Now they have Dylan Gabriel. It's just this is his first game.
They had a spark. They had a spark to him.
Yeah.
Even though they lost 16-17 against Cincinnati, that's just 2 idiots trying to hump a doorknob right there.
Jake in the chat, he's a Jets fan. Hats off for you admitting that you're a Jets fan.
Also get help. If you need, we'll put the toll-free number. If you need help, call.
I'd rather be hated than people just being like, we're sorry.
Yeah.
It just...
Nobody hates my guys.
Everyone hates you. But if no one's if your team is not hated in the NFL, it means they're okay. Or they're mediocre. They're not a threat.
Too late for help, dude. Like that. But he says table on the Jets is good with any type of PPR. I effing hate how they run the offense, but they dump off even when losing. Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, here in a little bit, we're going to kind of talk about that. Whenever, even though the team is losing and just not really showing any hope for a season or playoffs, there's players that still come through in the clutch. Yeah, I can't switch now. Oh, yeah, no, you definitely can't, man. Yeah, there might be some people in Arizona trying to jump ship, but you can't do it because then when they come back around, you can't get back on the boat.
No.
Once you're off the wagon, you can't get back on, man. It's Pandora. But yeah, man, I top 10. Great week. I mean, even well, not for some of my kickers. Good God. But yeah, I mean, anything kind of picked out. I mean, Fairborn had a good one. Fairbairn. There's a few new names to kind of look at. I would be looking at Patriots kicker, Borregulus. I know I didn't say it right, but I don't care because they look like they got a little bit of something, man. A little bit of momentum.
There's something going.
Yeah. Yeah. And then for the defenses, I mean, just look at those offenses, look at those quarterbacks you're trying to target. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the Titans, I thought you could target, but good Lord. They came through at the end. I will say that. But also, there was 2 plays that really helped them out quite a bit. But yeah, man, anything else on the top end, brother? Top 10?
No, not really. I mean, I said it, when it comes to kickers, I told you the 3 that I like: Brandon Aubrey, Chris Boswell, and McLaughlin. Aubrey missed an extra point this week, so you should cut him. Don't.
Yeah. Please do.
Yeah. And McLaughlin is just because they keep getting in field goal range, and yeah, he had 1 block, but I mean, he's still in top 10 this week. I do want to, in the chat here, Bash was basically, I thought he posted his team here.
There we go.
He wanted to know what we thought about it.
Yeah, quarterback Patrick Mahomes, and then for the running backs, he's got Henry and Cam. Which Cam? Which Cam is that? Scadaboo. Okay, there we go. All right. I was hoping it wasn't Akers. Wide receivers: Adams, Michael, and then Pittman. Oh my God,
Michael Pittman.
Yeah, that's
literally Michael Pittman.
Throwing me off so much. What is that, Michael?
Yeah,
I guess maybe it is Michael Pittman. Yeah. Chiefs defense. I mean, they didn't look that great tonight. Also on the year, they haven't really gotten a whole lot of turnovers. So that is one, though. Like, they're a good defense, but for fantasy, I'm not sure if that's the pick. And I mean, I'm pretty sure you're the same, Josh. Stream. Just get the defense that is playing the most inept offenses, or is just, even if they kind of allow a lot of yardage and such, gets the turnovers, because the turnovers can kind of offset some of those. Because man, in the ESPN league that I'm in, I hate the point system for the defense. Absolutely hate it. Had a team that like held them to 10 points, had multiple turnovers, and it was still only like 8 points, because there's like it's so weighted on the point total. And I was like, all right, that's bullshit. So I'm going to try to amend that for this next year. But man, you got a good team. Josh, any thoughts on his?
Yeah, I mean, Aubrey, Patrick Mahomes is found, like, I'm excited about Patrick Mahomes as a fantasy option this year because he has to do everything. He has to put on Superman cape every damn game these past few times. They're scoring points now, finally, but he has to put on the Superman cape. And as much as he's running, because your running game is still kind of blah at best, he is your best running back. Not bad for a running back, but that's that. He's going to be a good baseline for you. You always want that one player that, all right, they're going to get me off to a good start. I just need some filler. I need my other people to do their job. You don't, and if they go off, great. If they don't, basically what we say about tight ends, you're not chasing the touchdown. You're chasing the yardage and the receptions. So, and then the touchdown is just the bonus. That's kind of your favorite player. Okay. So Patrick Mahomes is your baseline. These other guys are, hey, can you get me here? Give me a touchdown here. Give me 4 or 5 catches here in a PPR league. So it can round out pretty well. Xavier's definitely going to be getting most of the targets going forward. Pittman's the same. I don't know if he meant Michael Pittman or some other Michael. And Devontae Adams, he's good, but he is not being used as much. But I also think he's just getting used to the offense, maybe. on that. And then Henry, Scatterby I'm happy about. But Henry, it's the Ravens are in a whole different situation.
I'm still baffled by it. I mean, just night and day difference.
Yeah.
But I mean, for the Mahomes of it, man, their bye week is going to be week 10. So definitely look for somebody that has a pretty good matchup that you can snag maybe now or coming up. I'm looking at some of our leagues. Sam Darnold is available. And I mean, even though week 1 against San Francisco, he only got 5 points the last 3 weeks. He's gotten 17, 16, 16. And then this weekend he got 28 against Tampa Bay. So that kind of shows maybe a little bit in those shootouts. There's going to be a good one. And week 10, whenever Mahomes is out, he's going to be playing Arizona. So that might be a worthy pickup. You also got Mac Jones. But I don't know if we got any news on Purdy when he's going to be returning. But yeah, I mean, there's some people of note to really kind of pay attention to, or just even like 2 weeks ahead of that week 10, be looking at which quarterbacks just got injured and who their backups are going to be. But yeah, just stay diligent, man. You got a good team. And unfortunately, even if you've got a good team, maybe you still lose some games. God dang it. I scored 150 points and I still lost.
Yeah. This is the time of the season, if you haven't already, like the first three weeks or so, or 4 weeks, you typically, like if you're a quarterback that you drafted in that mid round, like a Bo Nix, for example, you're kind of like, okay, is there a quarterback on the waiver wire that I can stash? Right. Just because you're like, there might be a bad matchup for him. So, you know, like a Matthew Stafford or Mac, because you don't know Mac Jones' shelf life. Like when Purdy comes back, you don't really know about that. Drake May, although he's been balling fantasy wise, he hasn't really done a lot. So it's weird how that kind of worked out.
Yeah, but they're getting a little bit of momentum.
They're getting momentum for sure. Yep. So this would be like a Drake May thing of, do I stash him now because they're going to loosen the reins up a little bit on him? I don't know.
I do want to get to this one before we start moving on. Should I trade Kamara for Judkins? Coming from Ezekiel Ruiz.
Yes.
Big question is redraft or dynasty.
Yeah.
But yeah, so no matter what, you're going Judkins?
Because I don't know if Kamara is going to be traded.
Yeah.
And
what if he gets traded to the Chiefs?
When Joe Flacco was the quarterback, when Joe Flacco was the quarterback, Judkins, when he finally got in the game, has been solid.
Yeah.
And that defense is good enough. The offense is going to get enough situations to where Judkins is going to be fine. And Kamara, I mean, he's fine, but I like where the trajectory of Judkins this season is going compared to Kamara, because I think you're getting what you're going to get from Kamara. The floor, the ceiling on Judkins is so much higher than Kamara, where I think the floor is the same. So I would trade for Judkins.
Yeah. Unless, I mean, in that one, is it the quarterback situation that really kind of dictates? I mean, you got which of the two Oklahoma quarterbacks do you like better? Dylan Gabriel or Spencer Rattler?
Dylan Gabriel right now. I don't know. No. I don't know. They both suck.
Yeah, they're both not great. Gabriel just played his first NFL game. Rattler's been in for a couple of years, and I mean, he's been kind of steady. I mean, he's not great, but honestly, I mean, it could be a lot worse. It could be Browning, could be some of these others, but yeah, man, there you go. There you have it.
Yeah. Speaking about Oklahoma quarterbacks, there are 6 former Oklahoma starting quarterbacks, quarterbacks in the NFL. So
that's right. 2 of them prior MVPs, or no, actually, Hurts hasn't won MVP yet.
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl champs, but
no, he's Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah, Super Bowl. Yeah, right. But I'm just saying, like MVP in general.
Oh,
yeah. Okay. I think last year would have been even though Allen did incredible. I mean, he really helped carry that. But man, that Saquon jump and that season he had just took so much of that away from it. Yeah, I think we got everything from Jake. Okay. We're never coming around. It's a point of pride. I take the pain forever. There has never been a point of pride outside maybe the Rex years and the quarterback just got stabbed in the alley. Yeah, that's right.
Butt fumbled into a knife.
Oh my gosh, man. Sanchez just that's
read the
that's
article,
crazy.
guys. He literally stumbled and bumbled into a knife.
Yep. Also, check out Rev Sports Wrap It Up Wednesday night. Probably going to talk about that.
We'll be talking about that one. We're talking about that one.
Yep. No way. I just tricked that person that has the Colts defense to do a defense swap. Which defense did you have, Cashier? Yeah, be nice to know about that.
The Dallas Cowboys.
Here we go. And flex between Rice. My God, my brain's done. CB.
My brain is.
You're not pulling CB either? Okay, yeah.
No, I'll get there.
Yeah. CB Land, Ibuka, Wilson at wide receiver. Talk about Garrett Wilson, that is. And then Bucky and White this week as my only real RBs. Yeah, we'll find out if Bucky Irving's going to be coming back.
I don't see it.
Yeah, but yeah, Rashad White did pretty good, so should be well for you. For the flex spots, you got to wait a little bit for Rice, man. Another couple of weeks, and hopefully he'll be back and ready. I say CB because I don't know who he is. Go for it. Nah, I mean, it's Wilson. If it's Garrett Wilson, bro, you got to lock that in. Yeah. And we'll tell you why here in a bit. I was offered Worthy for Chase Brown. Should I take it? No, dude. Oh my God.
What has Chase Brown done this year? And what is Chase Brown going to do this year? That's the problem.
Man, I was so excited for him. I mean, how he finished last year. He was one of my waiver darlings that I grabbed. And I think I even got him in one of the leagues. I think one of the AXBM ones. And I think the first game was actually decent, but it's like, woof. It has been Pepto-Abysmal the rest of the time. So, no, keep Worthy. I mean, he may not be having the best games. He's your flex, though.
No, he was saying he'll trade Chase Brown to get Worthy.
Oh, offered Worthy. Okay. I don't know why I can never read these properly. I guess I always think the first one is
I'll take Worthy
the possessive
for Chase Brown.
Oh yeah.
If Chase Brown magically wakes up, I can live with that.
Yeah.
Because he can wake up with that offensive line can.
Yeah, but whenever you got Worthy, who is the number one right now, you got Rashee Rice coming back, and Worthy really being in his spot that he's designed to be in, scheme-wise, being able to take the top off and being a number two, but getting those deep threats and honestly, hopefully landing some of those. Yeah, do that. Do that right now. Accept it. And then Jake, Ravens are much worse than I thought after that game with the Bills. Man. Yeah, and even the Chiefs game, it just looked sad. I really like the Ravens. I mean, I always give Lamar shit just because Josh is one of the biggest Lamar Jackson fans. You had school with him, right? You went to school with him.
No.
Pretty close, though. But they went to the same school in Louisville. But, yeah, man, it's rough to see. Jacob 4. I already adjusted my lineup for week 6 already. I did play Dowdle. Good job. Bourne. Holy crap, dude. Good win right there. DeMarcado.
That's where you dropped the ball, man. Right yeah. I was waiting. Thank you, Jacob, for giving me the best low-hanging fruit dad joke.
Yeah. And Phil's this past week got 172 points in half PPR. That is frame it. I mean, take a picture of that roster and frame it, man. That is definitely well worth it, especially half PPR. Could you imagine full PPR? What would that be, like 220 points?
Like DeMarcado would have held on the ball for 0.004 more seconds.
Oh my gosh, that so rough. But yeah, you guys deserve that loss just as much as the Chiefs deserve theirs tonight. 12-man redraft, half PPR, 2 flex, wide receiver, RBTE. Thank you for that. Drake May, Bijan, Buster Robinson, Ashton Genty. Nice young backs there. Ibuka, JSN, Juwan Johnson. Bill. Oh, sorry. What was that guy's name? I can't read that one.
I think you got it.
He's a son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Jump out of the comments to get to it. Dowdle, Bench, Fields, DeMarcado, Tootin, Golden, Bourne, CD. Yeah. I mean, it sucks that CD's on the IR, but dude, it's a solid roster. Tootin actually had a pretty good game, got some touches tonight. Yeah, man, you're set. You're poised for success right there. Deep bench, really. And, Fields had a really good weekend. You're not missing out on much, though. Drake May had it. I feel like the quarterback area could probably get improved a little bit. What are you thinking on this one, Josh?
Yeah, if Matthew Stafford is still on your waivers, pick him up.
Yep. Some good.
There's probably, Trevor Lawrence, maybe he woke the F up. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I would stash Trevor Lawrence because Brian Thomas Jr. just learned how to catch the ball tonight against a solid KC defense. So,
yeah. And hopefully that. At the expense of my Chiefs losing, hopefully that wakes him up for the season. He's an incredible talent, and he's on a lot of people's teams, and he definitely needs to live up to his draft value. We're going to run through some of these. We're still getting comments. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Like, subscribe, click all the shit down below. But Nick Abner says, brothers, 10-team league and worst luck possible. Keep scoring like top 2-3 in points and lose each week. I'm 1-4. I feel you there, man. We call it getting gift. And if you stick around, you will find out why. But we've still got to think of a really good award name for that to give to someone. But scoring the most, having the most points for, and then, or second most really, and then having the most points against on the season, it's rough. But you're not in control of that. You're the one managing the roster, but it's just luck of the draw. Because if you look on those other teams, like you're kind of talking about, like they're probably middle of the field. They just had a lucky week. But also with that, you do have value. So you've got quite a bit of people that are scoring for you. So you have trade equity. So maybe look at the season, see where maybe you could leverage. And honestly, I like to try to make trades with some people specifically for the weeks I'm going to play them. Mm-hmm. you know what I mean? So it's like, hey, look at the people that are at the top that are with you and see whenever you're playing each other and maybe try to figure out, hey, week 12 is going to be a bye week for this player who's phenomenal right now, a few weeks ahead, maybe 4 or 5. Really kind of think about kind of scheming that because those are going to be the tiebreakers. Those are the people that you don't have to worry about the rest. There's going to be somebody who's a poor sack at the bottom that's going to get a lucky break. But for you, you're really looking at locking in those top spots for that bye week, maybe possibly. But man, definitely you're going to make it into the playoffs.
Also, right. Too, Nick, here's something to think of for the future. There's 2 things you can do about this. One is change your league to where each, if there's a 10-team league, for example, you get, there's 2 games going on at the same time. Some leagues do this. Best ball leagues do this a lot. Is you get, if you win your game, you win that. And then the top 5 scorers also get a win. So in your situation, there would be, 10 games at this point? So if you were the high scorer of those top 5, so that's how sometimes people do to even out. Also, they have the wild card spot go to the highest point getter and not the third best whatever. So those are a couple things to do that you could possibly in the future. Now, in this situation, this is where that luck factor is a son of a bitch. And then, or you can do what Tvshka says as well. Like you can plan all you want, but at the end of the day, they're gonna kick the ball off, and you're just gonna have to sit there and watch. And can't really do anything about it. The only thing you do is put the best lineup in you can each week. If you're a top 2 or 3 scorer, that typically will even out. Sometimes it doesn't. Like we were saying, getting gift. But at least those 2 things you can look at to change up on your league to counteract that in the future. But that's just a tough sledding. That is the bane of fantasy football, other than just injuries, is putting out the best lineups and still getting outscored. That happened to us in Dynasty last year. We were like a top 6 scorer in the league, and we're like 1-7. So it happens.
Yeah. And one more before we move on. Guys, keep the comments coming. We will try to catch up at the end of each segment, but we're already at an hour. So,
right.
But we definitely love the interactions with you all. This one, we kind of talked a little bit about it. Gonna drop DeMarcado. I would still kind of keep him because your question follows. Try to get one of the two Chargers running backs. Any idea who is going to get the workload there? Looking at the roster, Haskins is really the next man up. But even after that injury, he's only got 21, snap percentage. He had 5 attempts for 13 yards and 1 target. But the other ones, they have a fullback, Scott Matlock. But even in that game against Washington, he didn't get anything. Which is weird. Why is he designated as DL? Defensive line, Scott.
No. I would actually, I would go with Caval. I mean,
is Caval the one? Okay, because it's
Vidal.
not.
Sorry, Vidal. Kamani Vidal. He only had 4 carries.
Vidal Sassoon?
No, the Chargers running back.
Chargers, yeah.
When you're asking about the 2
yeah,
I'm
on Sleeper. It's not showing Vidal on there.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm looking at just his, just the ESPN. Kamani Vidal only got 4 carries for 18 yards. But him and Haskins both had the same amount of targets. Both Haskins had 1 more carry than him. Vidal just averaged 4.5. So I would just check, monitor this week because someone will tell you who's going to get the workload. Mm-hmm. If you have to choose, I would take a swing at Vidal. But it's literally a coin flip on those 2.
Yeah. In those each had 21% snap percentage. And then 4 attempts for Vidal and 5 for Haskins. For the DeMarcado aspect, I really wouldn't drop him for that, Campbell. That's just me personally. But I mean, if you have another roster spot, or depending on what the rest of your team looks like,
right?
I mean, if this is your bench spot for DeMarcado, yeah, fuck around with it, find out.
Yeah.
If you're set with 2 other running backs as your starters, and maybe even 1 more for a better flex option, but yeah, Josh.
DeMarcado will probably not play the first quarter for reasons. No, I mean his coach literally came up to him and punched him in the chest. Go watch the video. Yeah.
Hey, sometimes you just gotta. Hey, he's wearing pads. All right, guys, it's not that serious. They punch each other. They slap each other on the helmet. They smack the pads. Come on.
Right.
I'm more worried about the ones that smack their ass. It's like, yeah, come on, bud. Really?
Yeah, pretty much what Ryan said. Haskins should be early downs, but all just on their running styles. It's pretty much that. It just, like I said, I would keep. You can play around with it. I guess Haskins. It won't surprise me if they call up somebody from the practice squad while they put Amari and Hampton on IR. So just because you're looking at Haskins and Vidal, you're still. It's dirty. It's like getting an egg salad sandwich from a gas station. It's like it's gonna do the job, but you're not happy about it. And hopefully, you don't puke all over yourself. So,
yep. And you know what? I've got so many more questions as far as injuries and news and updates. But you know what, bud? Because we're gonna switch it to our Fox 4 news team. No, actually, we're gonna stick it here, guys, because we are gonna be coming up into our next segment. And I'm telling you what, guys, it's a good one. It's a beauty.
Give me goosebumps.
Yeah, that's right. It's news and updates. And, finally, the button is working for me as far as for the backgrounds. This is where we kind of take a quick dive into mainly the injuries, but also if there's any trade rumors. We're not going to talk about this because a lot of it's speculation. Kamara, come on, baby, come home. But yeah, Josh, what do you have for the fine folks at home?
So Amari and Hampton, as we alluded to earlier, is placed on IR for ankle injury. We didn't allude to it last week. If you didn't know, Trey Benson was also placed on IR, and DeMarcado has been put in timeout. I don't know that for sure, but he should be. Lamar Jackson did sit out, as we all know, because of a hamstring. No timetable, and the way the Ravens look, they might not rush him back. The way it's going there. Brock Bowers' knee is still not healthy since week 2.
Man,
they're trying to put him out there, but the way the Raiders line looks and as bad as Geno Smith looks, I don't see them trying to rush him back either. Bucky Irving has a foot and shoulder. The Bucs really don't expect him back anytime soon. But in good news, CeeDee Lamb could be back next week. And next week is the last week of Rashee Rice's suspension for those who aren't keeping up. So in week 7, that's why this loss sucks so bad for the Chiefs, because you're just trying to buy time until you get him back, and then your offense really starts to go. And this loss was just very unfortunate for the Chiefs.
Yep. But earned.
Bucky is not bad, Jake. He's hurt. So
yeah. And for some of you all with the injuries, don't be dropping people just because they're injured. I mean, if you're really hurting for roster spots, look elsewhere. But yeah, I mean, some of these players, they're gonna be out 3-4 weeks. Keep them, because as soon as you drop them on your waiver, people like myself are vultures, bro. We're gonna hawk them up. We're gonna hawk that Tua. But no, definitely not Tua Tagovailoa. I'm gonna stay away from that guy. Because good Lord, hey, they looked all right this week, but still, what a mess. But yeah, man, I mean, with kind of with the news, dude, it's crazy how we're getting into the 3rd, 4th level of running backs on some of these teams. Arizona, San Diego. It absolutely sucks. But hey, Rico Dowdle, that favored me, the Chuba Hubbard aspect. But yeah, anything else on the on these news and updates, man?
I'm expecting trades to start happening here the next 3 weeks. That's not because I know people or anything like that. It'd be awesome if I did. I'm just doing it based off of with all the injuries stacking up, teams are going to start making moves because no one's tanking yet. And even if the Jets trade away stuff, it doesn't matter. The Dolphins, they're firing their GM, so they're not going to start making any moves or anything. Or he might to salvage his job. I don't know. But I don't know how long for Bucky. I do not. I expect Bucky to be back in 2 to 3 weeks. So, he'll be out for 4 probably. But I would just monitor the beat reporters for Tampa. That sometimes when you're really focusing on a player, you can research enough to get at least some type of report for that. You'll know more Wednesday and Thursday of what they're thinking about Bucky than you do today. Wednesday and Thursday are really when you start seeing, do they return to practice? Do they not? Sometimes coaches are weird about it, but I would expect Bucky back not this week, but next week at the earliest.
Yeah, I like it. Jake, he says, wait, we like Worthy better? I take Chase all day. Not Jamar Chase. He was talking about Chase Brown.
Yeah, Chase Brown.
You can take. I'll let you take Chase Brown. You can have him.
Yeah.
Man. There we go. Yep. GIF is completely right. Jake, join the Discord. Everybody else, link is in the description. It's free. And we've got quite a bit of different channels. We have some safe spaces because some people get a little unruly, like myself and GIF and Aaron, who's back in the chats, man.
Yeah.
I love it. It's been an absolute blast there. And then, Haskins, should be early downs, but all 3rd down, 2 minutes. Yeah. And that's just the gamble, who's going to get the yards, who's going to get the touchdown, and which one would you rather have? But Hardball, I think he's going to make it work. They got a good team, but man, the last 2 weeks have just been a little bit of a struggle for them.
There's no offensive line, man. They're so bad, and it's not because they're bad, like the Cincinnati Bengals bad. It's they're just all hurt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's right. Yeah, you already answered that question. How long, Bucky? Man. Anything else on news and updates?
No, that's pretty much it. Just ready for some trades and less people getting injured.
Uh-oh. Yeah, man. Well, I'm hearing some alarms. I think we're gonna have to get out of here.
No, not yet.
Maybe it's because we're running behind on time. I don't know, man. Hey, y'all ready to get a little wild?
Woo! Wild card, bitches! Yeah!
Wild card. This is the segment, part of the show, right in the middle, where we just get to kind of mess around and find out. And we get to kind of change up the topic each week. But every time it's insanely relevant to what just happened or what is about to happen, kind of the season we're going into. And Josh, you're bringing the heat this week, man. Yeah, I mean, maybe a little bit of skillets. I don't know, man. What you got for us?
Yeah, so this week I am talking about what I call the Teflon Dons, which means that these players, no matter how bad the team is and how much they suck, they are still going to be good for you, where you're just going to start them and sit them and just be like, it hurts sometimes to do, but then what you see, their teams cannot avoid how good they are. They just have to give them the ball. Now, there are some guys that are not got a little bit of bruises here and there, but they're still pretty solid as well. So of my Teflon Dons, I have Devon Achane, Roma Dunze, and Garrett Wilson. Those are my three that doesn't matter how bad their team is, doesn't matter how much they struggle, you will still be at the end of the day, you're like, oh, that team sucks. I'm turning the game off. Then you look down and see what they did, and you're like, oh, great, that's great. Like Garrett Wilson is undeniable about getting a touchdown and just making sure he gets his targets, and Justin Fields loves him. Roma Dunze, Caleb Williams will run around with his like a chicken with his head cut off for about 45 seconds, and somehow another Roma Dunze is going to find the back of the end zone. He's the only person on that team that I trust, and so far, even though it was a bye week, it still was good there. And then Devon Achane is the Miami Dolphins at this point. Like he always has like 5 catches for whatever yards, has so many carries for whatever yards, and he's elusive enough to where he can still pop one. So Devon Achane was that I was looking at like the back first round, early second round. I'm like, I have to take him. There's too many targets and how they use him. So,
the Roma Dunze aspect, I was surprised at that name, honestly. And then we talked about it and started looking at the numbers. And, he comes in number, I believe, 13, but right behind Justin Jefferson. So they are in good company. But for his weeks, week 1, 15.7, then 31.8, 15.2, 16.9. Yeah, not a bad floor. And a 30 burger, anybody's going to take that ceiling. So yeah, man. And even with the targets, 9, 11, RIP or remember, I don't know. Don't forget, 7 and 8, the last couple of weeks. So a little bit of a dip from the first, but I mean, I'll take 7 targets as a floor any day of the week. A guaranteed 7 points right there.
Yeah.
And then on top of what they're going to do. No, I love it, man. What other notes you got for the wild card aspect on these players?
And so there's other ones that are battle tested. Okay.
Ooh,
so
I like that.
Ones that have either gone through crap and I like that they're on my team, or some that are on bad teams and are not what the other 3 are, but they're that tier below them that I'm still happy they're on my team, but I might not start them every week like the other 3. Which I have Justin Fields. Okay. He's only had one bad fantasy week. That's why he's not in the top 10. He was terrible against the Bills. And he also went out in the fourth quarter with a concussion. Travis Etienne, welcome back. I picked up Tootin. I know a lot of people in the chat talked about dropping Tootin. I understand, because Travis Etienne is saying, hold my beer, get back. I am good again. And he is. Quinshon Judkins, which we've alluded to all episode, he's on the Browns. That's not his problem because he's defying it. He is still being amazing. And Breece Hall, welcome back to having the burst. And he's still – people are like, I don't know why you draft – you're getting good value now for Breece Hall because people are like, oh, he's done. for what he did last year. Welcome back. And then Jalen Waddle, as we alluded to before, he's gonna get dinged up. That's why I said it's battle tested, because it feels like he's hurt every play he catches the ball. But now that Tyreek Hill's gone, he's going to be the number one guy for them. So if those are some of the players that I have mentioned that are on crappy teams and you're like, I don't know what to do with him, don't do anything except put him in your starting lineup. If you're questioning, should I start this one and this one, it better be like, should I start Quinshon Judkins or Ashton Genty? That is a little bit of a tough decision. I would lean towards Quinshon because of his floor. But then you could have the 30-plus outpouring that Genty did 2 weeks ago or last week. Yeah, I'm aware. Waddle has spent more time in the blue tent than he is on the field. But
yeah, right. Yeah, Jake in the chat.
If ever he gets married, his best man and his first groomsmen are going to be the two trainers that come out to meet him every single play. It just will be.
Oh, do you know Jake?
No.
Okay. Because he's like, Josh, have you seen my team? I know he was one of the ones he talked about earlier, but yeah, so good outside. QB 1-4. You're 1 foot 4 inches. Man, okay, well that's awesome, bro. Yeah, running backs maybe mystery, right? This is the one I really wanted to get to. Can you just tell me I should drop Henderson?
No.
Injuries happen, man.
Well, I forgot to mention in the news and notes, Antonio Gibson, I don't think he's coming back. And they were utilizing Antonio Gibson along with Ramondre Stevenson. Let me tell you.
And they love Ramondre Stevenson for some reason. I like him because he's from Oklahoma. And he served me well a couple of years ago in fantasy. But, man, I mean, they're getting some juice now. So maybe they don't need to run as much. So maybe that was a little bit of the issue, was that they weren't getting the passing game going. Maybe Diggs wasn't back at that full speed. But we'll see. I mean, if you got the spots, you just can't drop them. You got to stash them. Because Stevenson is injury prone as well, and fumble prone. We know that, but yeah, I mean, give it a few weeks. Something's going to happen to him. Because I believe last year, maybe the year before, he had like 4 banger games, and then got injured and was out for a good portion. But
to kind of realize why you want to keep with Trayvon Henderson, he had 1 less carry and 10 more yards than Ramondre. Ramondre just had the 2 touchdowns. So you're chasing touchdowns at that point. They both had the same amount of targets. So I expect Trayvon to take a step up because Antonio Gibson is no longer available. But this next week, because what's their schedule? They play the Saints and Titans next. The Patriots do. So if Trayvon doesn't do anything this next 2 games, or at least next week against the Saints, then I might be looking to move on from him. The thing is, at that point, if you know that if Rico Dowdle is there, then yeah, I would drop him for Rico Dowdle. Like you just have to see if there's a value there, or you can you can put him as a package to trade for a bigger player.
Yep. No, I love it. What I don't love is for some reason I can't find. There they are. They're way down there. Okay. Yeah. ETN. I love that he's back. But man, I mean, it's for how long? All these guys, man. It's just like you grow to love them. They do so much for you, and at some point in the season, like 90% of them are going to let you down. And it might just be when you really need it. Hopefully it's not injury and it's just a bad week. But yeah, that's why every week you have to be diligent. You have to pay attention to, who's available on the waivers. And it's just something that, sometimes you say hi. It's waiving time. What up? Every time, man. That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, it is waiver time. Yeah, man, this is where we kind of take a look at what's available in most leagues and really try to dive, deep and kind of see, what gems we can kind of dig up, what little nuggets. I was ecstatic that Rico Dowdle was available on a Saturday. And so snagged him up, and that made my week. And everybody has those stories. You're able to find somebody in the rough. I think it was with Josh Downs. I still love the story. Josh Downs a few years ago looked at the numbers and was just like, dude, it's like every other game or every 3 games is kind of weird, and then kind of compared to who the quarterback was. And whenever Gardner Minshew was in, Downs was good. And lo and behold, the starting quarterback got injured. Who's going to be stepping in? Gardner Minshew. And I was like, you know what? I'm going Downs. And the rest of the season, he was good. So you too can luck out. You just got to keep digging. And if you're in, 25,000 leagues, it gets tough. But also sometimes if you just focus on the top, the cream of the crop, not the cream de la creme, because they should already be drafted. You too can find someone that can really make your week, and especially whenever you have bye weeks. So this week we have the Houston Texans and the Minnesota Vikings. Those are the ones that are on the bye, and with the filter, you're looking at that being Jordan Mason, 61 points on the year. Chubb as well, even though hasn't been doing that great. He's got 49 points on the year. Woody Marks, right? Xavier Scott, which some people picked up last week. And then Aaron Jones. And of course you got the quarterbacks as well. But yeah, that's why, because it's all running backs. I was wondering why it was so weird. Yeah, Stroud, Jefferson. Yeah, I was just like, some of these are good, but yeah, Stroud, Jefferson, Collins, Mason. You got the Minnesota Vikings defense with 55 points on the year. But then their quarterback Wentz, but Fairborn, and then the Houston defense. So, yeah, you've got players in there to really consider. But honestly, I really love some of these players that are on these early bye weeks, because then once that's done, you're good.
Yeah.
You're good. Then you're looking at, okay, who can I take advantage of in their trade weeks? And, kind of poise yourself for a playoff run. Even if you're 1-4, you can still do it. Especially if you're like our boy in the chat, being the top scorer, it can still happen. But Josh, waiver time, man. What are you looking at? Who are you eyeing?
For some reason, Nick Chubb is on our waivers. Anyway, yeah. he should be rostered in like all your leagues. So if Nick Chubb's on your waivers, just pick him up. I don't what's on there. Bam Knight is the other running back at Arizona. So if you want to take a stab at him, go ahead, because DeMarcado, can he run the ball across the goal line? That's all you have to figure. That's all you have to ask Bam Knight. Can you run the ball across the goal line when you break it off? When you try to break off a 70-yarder, and no one's around you and you still slow up. But as far as the running backs that are probably available that I would stash is Brashard Smith for the Kansas City Chiefs as rookie running back. They will probably strap, like he was saying, like Tvshka was saying, he's hoping Kamara would be traded for, because Kareem Hunt and Isaiah Pacheco. Kareem Hunt's getting all the goal line carries. Pacheco is just not. He's looked better this game, but he's just not producing for what you got him at. If you want to stash, Brashard Smith's about the only one that I can see on the waiver wire. Everyone else, no. Juice check. I was thinking about that, but Chris McCaffrey does everything for them. That's the only thing. Like Juszczyk would maybe be something I would be looking at. Now, for wide receivers, it's Kendrick Bourne. Like that. Yep. That is who you're targeting. Is Kendrick Bourne is the receiver that I'm targeting. Obviously, if Rico Dowdle was somehow still on your waivers from last week, yes, you pick him up now. I'm just talking about the guys who should be available. It's more of that than if this guy. Yeah, of course, pick him up. There's no question. and but that's who I have there. As far as a stash, Isaac Tesla for the Detroit Lions wide receiver, because I don't know what's going on with Jameson Williams, but it ain't right.
I got some words for you. But I'm
okay.
Save it. I'm gonna save it.
And Christian Kirk is back healthy. Obviously, they're on a bye week this week, so you're good there. People were asking me about Tez Johnson for the Buccaneers. He's a good stash because Godwin, who knows, is going to get up to speed, and who knows if Mike Evans comes back, how that it's a hamstring. Who knows how he's going to fare. So it's worth taking just a stash of Tez Johnson to see if his productivity goes forward, if you can risk it, because this is a 2 to 3 week. Let's see what he does. But you could pick him up this week, stash him, and then it could pay off for you in the end. Obviously, I have a Buka in pretty much all of my leagues, so there's no reason for me to pick up Tez Johnson at this point. But that is somebody that I would definitely look at for that there. So that's what I have for them. If you're in a dynasty league, Parker Washington, pick him up. And then for tight ends, Fannin, if he's available, some people might have already dropped him. Cade Otton, obviously, should be picked up if your tight end sucks, which if you've listened to us about tight ends, I know it's not there's no perfect solution to tight ends, but the easiest one that we say is, what's their targets week in, week out, and you don't have to chase a touchdown. Cade Otton should get his targets if he's available. Mm-hmm. I feel good about Cade Otton being my tight end going forward if you're still trying to find the one.
Yep. And I don't know what was going on in the first few games with Otton. I don't know if maybe he was playing with an injury, but I mean, 0 points, goose egg, week 1, even though he had 86% snap. Then 5.5 with 91% snap percentage. Then 0 with 92, 3.9 with 96. But then against Seattle, the dam broke, and 12.10 for 5 targets, 4 receptions, 81 yards. 12 points with no touchdowns for a tight end. Let's go. Come on. Yeah. But it's just that floor. Who knows what is going on there? But yeah, he's far too good of a candidate. Barner is really, kind of the other ones to kind of look at. But again, tight ends, just look at your situation. I try not to stash too many tight ends. I tend to kind of get one that I'm looking at on that bye week, and that's mainly what I'm going to use unless something really kind of sticks out. But man, the question of the day is going to be that Charger running back group. For me, I'm staying out of it. I'm pretty secure in running back in some of the leagues. Other ones I do need to kind of take a little bit of a swing, but I'm going to do in trades, not in the waiver wire. Because honestly, man, it's slim pickings out there for a lot of leagues. But Haskins is, the option that we talked about, as well as the other one being Vidal. Yeah, man. They coming off a bye week, so I'm very interested to see what these teams come away with. Looking at the Falcons, the Packers, the Steelers, right? Some of these coming in, what is that going to look like? Because there could be, quite a bit of proof in that pudding. But also, again, I really like to kind of target people that have already gone through their bye week, so I know I have them there. But also, if you're looking at the waiver wire, you're trying to solve an issue. So you might just be looking at that week itself. But if you're looking at a quarterback issue, God, man, I looked too far ahead of the weeks. You've got Young against Dallas. Bryce Young coming off not as productive fantasy-wise against Miami, but the team as a whole actually did pretty well. So you could be looking at that. He's projected to have, 17.5 points. I just really like Darnold. I like him as a spot start. and just kind of in the future because I mean with Seattle looking pretty
Darnold's like what I was talking about when I picked up Matthew Stafford. Darnold is a really good stash.
Yep.
Because you should have now's the time. Like you should already know if you have the quarterback by now. So you need that stash because now you've realized you've got enough. You should have enough information that, all right, some of these guys just suck. And I'd rather have a spot just for my other quarterback, just in case it's a bad matchup for my quarterback. And also that way you're not playing waivers when it comes to that streamer who you can pick up instead of your quarterback that you have now. But like the Bo Nixes, the Justin Fields of the world, if they're your starter, you might need a stash. Yes, I even said Bo Nix. But I mean, like Trevor Lawrence is out there, and so is like Sam Darnold and Trevor Lawrence are the two that probably will be there. Those are stash. Everyone else is just streaming. So if you don't want to stash those two and you've got enough roster spots, don't. It's okay. But if you have a tweener quarterback that is still a solid starter, but he's not, Josh Allen or Baker or those type of guys. Like I would say Lamar, but Lamar's hurt. But Patrick Mahomes last year, like you were like, I don't know what to do with this guy.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah, was not producing. We were barely scoring 20 points in each of our games. The ball was spread out evenly amongst everybody, so nobody really stood out. And even then, it was just the defense getting turnovers and really making things happen. But yeah, to kind of move on with it, kickers. I'm looking at this matchup. This team is coming fresh off a bye week, so you don't have to worry about any future buys if it works out for a while. But even just for that week against Cincinnati, talking about Brandon McManus from the Packers. He is available in some people's waiver wires, surprisingly. I would definitely grab him up. And for the defense, honestly, I'm going to do the same thing. Green Bay Packers. Just stack it on. Even though Cincinnati did have a decent matchup, there, but look who they're playing. Right. So anyways, we're going to looking at,
the Green Bay Packers
Yeah.
and Chris Boswell, the Pittsburgh Steelers kicker.
Yeah.
So to pick up there.
Yep. I like that. Is Boswell available? Oh my God.
Boswell should be available.
Yeah.
Unless someone, because the Green Bay Packers and Chris Boswell are two people that some people will just not drop. Yeah. Mainly if you had the Green Bay Packers, I wouldn't have dropped them, but I understand why.
I'm pretty mad that you didn't tell me about this update that just happened an hour ago. Talking about kickers, Spencer Schrader. Spencer shred his fucking knee, and he's going to be out for the entire season. That freaking sucks because he was on a tear. Pun intended, I guess, with his ACL and MCL, but 16, 18, 10 points, guys. That's kicker numbers. That's crazy. God dang it. I have him in so many leagues. Ooh. All right, McManus, Boswell. Come on, bud. Let's go. Let's jump on the train. Any defenses that you're looking at, man?
Like I said, I like Green Bay if they're available. Washington if they're available, and New England. Did they find something there against the Bills? Someone there too, especially Washington. If your defenses get points for sacks, some don't, some do. But sure, take a stab at it, New England. Like I said, they play their next two games are the Saints and the Titans.
Yep.
Sometimes that's how you sometimes look at defenses. Are they competent? New England, yes. You saw what they did against the Panthers a week ago. It's 42-13 or whatever it was. This week they went to Buffalo and beat Buffalo. And now they get the Saints and the Titans and the Browns. Like, pick up New England.
I like that a lot. Just kind of one little review. kind of looked at the highest scoring defenses throughout the whole season. At the top is the Indianapolis Colts.
They are so good now. No one talks about it.
Yes and no. Because looking at it, though, 14 points week 1 against Miami. Week 2, 1 point against Denver. Week 3, 15 points against Tennessee. Week 4, 6 points against the Rams. And then 17 points against Las Vegas. Still, very worthy pickup. But I'm just saying, like, even the best defense is hot, cold, hot, cold.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't like to get, hitch my wagon too much to a defensive horse, because Jacksonville was a good ride, but actually they did better, today than I thought. No, Seattle. Sorry, Seattle was the one I was thinking of. Seattle, man, 8, 14, 16, 11. Let's go. -3, and in the ESPN leagues, -5, which cost me a match because I lost by 4 freaking points, man. 4 freaking points, scored 150. Like, I'm good. I'm good. Not gonna cuss. You're fine. I got to get that clip. I remember which one you sent me. I don't think I added that on here.
No, this is Tvshka. I'm
not gonna do what everyone thinks I'm gonna do. Flip out, man.
I may. I just Drake may. But yeah, man. Anything else for the waivers?
No. And Jake was talking about ride Philly out, dude. Ride Philly out. You have Philly. Like again, when it comes to defenses and kickers, unless something drastic like Baltimore came out the gate not knowing how to play defense that they typically did in the past, then I would drop them and pick someone up. Most of the time, you really don't have a set and forget it defenses. Some leagues, leagues more and more now are moving towards not even having kickers and defenses, unless you just up the scoring to where it overcompensates the value of your running backs, quarterbacks, and just to make them relevant. And then it never makes it fun. But as far as the actual
fun, is
what?
I said, is fantasy football fun?
Insert the Peter Griffin clip of "It's fun."
Yeah, we're all having fun here.
Yeah.
Ryan though, Henderson one injury away from being the starter now. Definitely, man. Yeah. Master God 3, what's up, man? Welcome to the chat. Should I trade Flowers and Kenneth Walker for Jordan Mason, or can I get a better RB?
I wouldn't trade those two. I mean, you can do a 1-for-1 for Kenneth Walker, 1-for-1 Kenneth Walker, Jordan Mason, unless they're wanting Zay Flowers.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Too.
I would counter that with another running back.
I wouldn't. I would keep Walker for sure. I mean,
I'm now at you. I'm misreading it.
I know, right? So hard. We got to figure out like a template.
No, see if you can get Ken Walker and Jordan. If not,
so would you trade away Kenneth Walker for Jordan Mason? Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I would. Because there's no one else.
No one else is
poaching. No one else.
Yeah. Yeah, with Aaron Jones being out. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no one else. And when Aaron Jones comes back, what Aaron Jones are we going to get? I mean, dude's 30.
Hey, 30 is not that bad. Okay, man?
And I am aware, but Adam Thielen is 72.
Huh? What?
What?
Yep. But yeah, they kind of jumping down. Yeah, one of Mark's last week from a flex. Glad I didn't get him. He did good the other time. This week, no. But I'm just saying 2 weeks ago he did. 3 weeks ago we were talking about picking him up. Mm-hmm. Houston is not going to be playing ahead a lot. Yeah, they might not, and that could go either way. They could be trying to air it out. I hope so, because I have Nico Collins in quite a bit of my leagues since I was at the end of the draft. So that wraparound, Achane and Collins was a lot of my pickups. So I definitely need that. Do you think Benson is worth me holding? I want to say yes, because I have him in a couple of leagues, man.
Because there's no other running backs out there unless you can trade for them. Unless you can trade for a better back, then no.
I would. Connor's out for the season, right?
Yeah.
No, definitely, because they're not going to be, wanting to keep around Mercado, and then Carter. They had to sign like last week just to, kind of get him in. Yeah, who is CB? Chase Brown? Who's that? CB?
I think he keeps wanting to put CD land.
CD? Okay. All right. Maybe he's on his phone texting and fat fingering it. David and Aaliyah. Hey, welcome to the chat, y'all. I want Bill. Is it crazy to trade Pearsall or Kittle for JCM? Oh, man. You know what yet?
Brasky's a son of a bitch.
Yeah. If you're in a redraft, that's a good question. Dynasty, actually, no, Dynasty is a good one too, because
it's good.
I love Pearsall. I love Pearsall. Yeah. Yeah. What are you thinking on that one, man?
I would trade Pearsall for Bill Krosky all day.
Yep.
Because Bill Krosky, the past couple of weeks, is they're giving him more and more. And after the outing that he did against the Chargers, because Pearsall's banged up. Again, Kittle. Who knows what George Kittle we're going to get back when he finally gets back? Like,
is he due to come back this week, or is that?
I haven't heard anything differently. But I would not trade Kittle for the fact of what Kittle can do in a position that's very hard to get the guy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why Kittle was drafted so high, because you're like, he's going to get all the stuff. Like Trey McBride and Brock Bowers and Kittle. That's the reason they were in the top three. Brock Bowers is hurt, and you saw what the Arizona Cardinals can do. Which
he's got Waller.
But yeah. If you have Waller,
I don't have a whole lot of faith for Waller to consistently do this, because I don't have faith in Tua being at the helm, and I don't really trust that entire offense if it's not Achane. I would try to trade Waller since he's hot right now.
Yeah, you can get Waller or Pearsall. It's just tough for me with Kittle just because Kittle's such a dog. Yeah. So if he's good to go, he
was on pace. He was on freaking pace.
Yeah.
Number one tight end. Wide receivers, I got JSN and Pickens and Golden, so can get rid of Pearsall. Man, I mean, I wouldn't, because you got to think about your bench. You got to think about bye weeks. If you're really wanting to get Brasky, try Waller. I would try that first. If not, then maybe see how you can sweeten the pot. If you do have Fab, maybe look at kind of adding that a little bit. But yeah, David and Leah, you're welcome to the chat, man.
Yeah, I disagree. I would trade Pearsall in a minute for Bill Krosky.
Man.
You're talking about there's a difference in value in running back and receiver. You can find you can find an equivalent, like Kendrick Bourne right now is better than Pearsall just because of in Dynasty. No, I'm taking Pearsall all day, and I still would probably trade Pearsall for Bill Krosky just because of the position and what that value is, and it's tough to match a value that Krosky is looking to get right now.
Yeah, I'm just saying Waller's my pick.
Sure, yeah.
I'm not saying don't get rid of Pearsall, but I'm saying get rid of Waller. I'd rather have Pearsall, because I like having 4 good wide receivers for the very reason, because it's hard to get 2 good running backs. I'm with you as far as that, but which reminded me that he is he coming back next week? Pearsall. He went out with a knee.
Yeah, I think he'll be back next week or the week after.
Yeah, please. We need you, Dynasty.
Yeah, we need you,
Dynasty. Boy, let's go.
He's been doing exactly what we're thinking.
God, that was such a good trade.
Yeah,
we did good. I know Ibuka would have been like so much.
We traded away Mike Evans in a 2nd round pick that we can get back.
Yeah,
for future. So
yeah, no, I love it. And just going to keep running down the chats because we do have a lot of people joining us, and we appreciate you all. So Axe, welcome, 5-0. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Freaking go for that shit.
It's all because you tuned in this show right now to tell us that you're 5-0.
Exactly.
That you might have watched earlier. That's okay.
Yeah. But yeah, welcome, Max, and circular flood lightings, cheap streams. Oh my gosh, we're gonna click on that link. No, we're not. Yep. And Jake, we love you, bud. Keep it coming in the chat, but we do got to make up a little bit of time. So I'm looking for maybe a question that anybody has. Oh no, maybe we need to buy a little more time. Our guest is having a little bit of tech issues. But yeah, man, let's, you know what? It's been a hectic day. I think I'm just going to kind of like Maybe just roll up
We
one.
will not ignore you, Jake. You talk, we answer.
Yeah, there we go. You're ignored. No. Man, I'm just ready to chill. Man, it's been stressful. Good week. What a stressful week. You guys want to light
Relax.
up? Man, come on now, baby. It's 420, aka yeah, that's right. Light them up. Oh man, Josh, it is 420. Man, take it away, because I do need to play a little catch up behind the scenes.
That's okay. That's okay. So on 4th and 20, we typically will like to have some of you all join us, people that are in our Discord and a part of our Discord Fantasy League. You see GIF in the chat. He is one of the people that is set in the league, along with Ryan. You saw him there as well. While that's all going on. But typically what we do in this segment is it's called Punt, Pass, and Kick, where we basically tell you if we punt on a player, it means we want to sit him on the bench. If we are passing, it means I want to throw them into the lineup, and kick means we are done for them. So that's what we have. And I think he might be a little frozen, it looks like, down there. So we're trying to do that. So I'll go on and start with my punt, pass, and kick. So to me, I know if you've watched this show, you know how much this breaks my heart to do, but I have to do it.
Oh, bud.
I'm punting on Brock Bowers.
You said his name twice though today. You did hit your quota.
It pains me to say, the golden boy, is known as Brock Bowers, who won so many people leagues last year. So many people leagues. The rookie sensation, guys. The guy that I was just like, I can't wait for him to get in the pros, and he showed why. I couldn't wait. He was the best receiver on Georgia with Ladd McConkey and George Pickens at one point, I believe. They're on the same team at one point. But I'm punting on Brock Bowers. I am passing. If you didn't already, you're doing it now. Rico Dowdle. This might be similar to some other people we have here, but yes, I am passing on Rico Dowdle. He is a must start, especially going against that Cowboys defense. Revenge game, terrible defense. Rico Dowdle all day. So make sure you put him in the lineup. And you know what? I am dropping him, or I'm moving him. I don't even think I'm getting value for him anymore. AJ Brown, I'm done.
Oof. That's spicy. That's spicy. Yeah.
I swear to you, him and Hurts do not get along. I think there's something going on with him and his quarterback. Now, granted, 2 years ago, AJ Brown started off the first 7 games averaging like 120 yards a game and then just went silent. And then last year he was whatever. But I am just over it. I'm not punting Trey McBride, though. Not punting Trey McBride unless I can pick up a decent, if I have Darren Waller.
Yeah.
But thing is, the problem with Brock Bowers is he's hurt, and Geno Smith sucks. At least Kyler Murray is competent enough when the ball doesn't get snapped into his face to do so.
And I'm Austin again.
Yeah,
but no, I love that, man. I hate it at the same time. Because the ones we're kicking, it's the ones that we're furious with, but also not in the short term. It's the people that have shown consistency, that they're just not going to show up, or they're getting schemed out. And with AJ Brown, you add all of the social media noise that happened last week. Just doesn't look good. It's like a Tyreek Hill situation. But, and then whenever Tyreek finally kind of did show up a little bit, got injured. Yeah, but man, that is rough. I love the Rico Dowdle because I do love Rico himself. Man, Brock Bowers, are you okay, bud? Do you need?
Yeah, can you bring someone? Can you bring someone else on for a second? Just
you know what? I'm gonna get better help. All right, because you're going to need
or help.com.
Exactly. Nah, we got our boy Ryan Liv Moss in the chat. What's up, bud?
How's it going?
Ian, hey, doing good, man. Yeah, welcome back on.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know if you needed somebody, so I just jumped on real quick.
Yeah. Oh man, hey, the more the merrier. Yeah, we love it.
Yeah. But how's your other season? How's your other leagues going? We know in our league you're doing okay. But how? I'm trying to give you courage, man. I'm trying to give you a little enthusiasm on that.
I was barely able to put a team together this year.
Did you get Bipocalypse?
Hard?
Oh yeah. I had my bench did not have anybody play. I mean, it was all buys and Pearsall being out, so that didn't help. So yeah, my half of my starters are going to the bench when starting next week.
Oh man.
But I got other leagues that are doing all right. Picking up Dowdle at the last minute was pretty helpful. So.
Oh, God. Good job.
Good job on that.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of one of those teams on the buys, I, had the Steelers defense kind of stashed. Dowdle, the news came, Dowdle was available. It was like, I can't like not grab this opportunity. Especially since running backs just very scarce in our league. Because we got people that pay attention. It's great. It's great you guys watch the show, but it sucks that you pay attention to what we're trying to do too.
It's the pro and con of doing the show because we love doing this every week and bringing all of the insight that we can. We also don't want to pull the curtain all the way back, but it's part. But then you ask us questions, and then we're like, damn.
Yeah, and there's times I'll call you out too. I'm like, oh yeah, we're like, damn it, I was hoping we wouldn't say it.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, you're doing great in the league. Let me look at that real quick.
I mean, he lost to me in Soul tonight.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, hey,
it was
could be Cash Kieran and still have somebody on that is on bye week still in your starting lineup. Somebody that is on IR still in your starting lineup, and then somebody that was deemed out like days prior. So, ladies and gentlemen, pay attention. Pay attention to your league. It matters for you. It matters for them too. Because I don't feel great about the win. I still love it because it's a win. But you know what I mean? It's just kind of one of those deals. It's like, man, I actually had a good week. I wanted to have a little bit of a contest, but yeah. So I mean, 4th and 20, right? So we're talking about punt, pass, and kick. Do you have yours ready?
I pulled them up. I wasn't sure actually what we were doing on here today, so I did it last minute. So punt, for if I'm going on purely our league, I went punt of Chase Brown because I have him. I don't want to.
You're still going to keep him?
I'm going to bench him, but he's still better than further down on my list.
Okay, yeah.
And
you could have picked from any league, honestly. I know for mine, I've got a little bit of a spread. Well, yeah.
Oh yeah, I definitely. It's like I just did that real quick because like with ours, with the our sit pass. I mean, haven't played him much, but I am thinking Matthew Golden. I want to start to be able to use more in the starting lineup.
Yeah. We would love him to step up.
I know he's good, but then in the kick territory, I picked up Darmacado or whatever. It's trying to piece a team together, and his their fumble at the end, dropping the ball didn't help. Not like it would have helped my score, but it just come on. I barely put a team together, and you at least could have gave me that. Give me the points. I was just trying to get some points. I didn't think I was going to win this week, but I'm not using that one. I'm getting so close to picking Pacheco.
We've been talking about Pacheco of just like we punt, pass, and kicked him a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
I
have him, and I had to put him in my lineup, and I still think Chase Brown did it better than Pacheco.
Well, the problem, the issue is that Kareem Hunt still gets the goal line stuff, like in the 10 yards in. Yeah, and he has 2 touchdowns on tonight, and that could have been Pacheco's, but they don't trust Pacheco. They trust Kareem Hunt. So it's called. I don't. If anyone remembers out there, there was a running back named Morg Dunn. Okay, play for the Falcons. He's awesome dude, does a lot of charity work, but it was amazing running back. The thing is he was the first running back. If he didn't score between the 20s, he wasn't scoring a touchdown because then they would put in the bruiser type of back, and that was it because they didn't like him. So I've always called it the Warwick Dunn disease of if he doesn't score outside the 20s, he's not scoring. Yeah. So, and that's what Pacheco is right now. Unless he scores between the 20s, he's not scoring.
And he looked a little bit better today, but now you have you brought up in waivers, the third running back. I mean, you have 3 running backs going on that team, and you're getting Rice back, and you get
Smith.
It's like I'm so close to, but again, it's running back.
Yeah, and if something just turns around, I mean, because for me, it was week 3, where it was the 2 lateral passes, and it was just like this kid is not here. Like, and he's always been this like super intense guy, and so I feel like for him, he's just such an emotional player. Like he plays with that passion, which you love. You want that, but and that's where he's like just running hard all the time. But that's where I saw it last year. Is like he's going to get injured. He's running too reckless. He's running off that emotion. And then this year, it's the not the physical, but the mental aspect, where it's just he's in his head, and just kind of whenever he gets a little bit off kilter, it goes all the way off the rail, and that scares me. And because already in a situation like we're talking about, like they're already spreading the ball out too much for fantasy, and so add that on top of it. I want to stay away from him. I've got him in other leagues. I'm with you.
I'm trying to stick with teams that like have 2 main running backs. I mean, in Houston, Marks. I mean, he didn't do much this week, but they have 4 that kind of went. But I still think they're gonna get down to like 2 for the most part. And because I should think it didn't work out for me this week, but. I mean, I think he has that opportunity, but with the Chiefs, I mean, I still think that's on the downhill, or at least they're going to use all 3 of them.
Yep. They're going to trade for Alvin Kamara if something doesn't.
All 4 of them,
dude. I hope so. Oh my God,
I just have this feeling it's what the Chiefs do. They'll get that, and there's enough. I keep hearing it.
It's like the DeAndre Hopkins trade.
Yeah.
There was a lot of buzz. It sounded great, and the playoffs kind of helped it.
Problem was that the Kamara contract is terrible compared to the Hopkins contract, and I don't know.
Yeah. As I say, did they have the money? I mean, they always renegotiating their contracts there.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what they have. They still have 6 years or 7 years on Mahomes' 10-year contract, and so they just really been kind of backing up that sometimes, but. I don't know. I mean, it's just I've heard it with a lot of the Chiefs chatter, and usually if it's even an option, that's when it gets loud because Brett Veach just really. I mean, if it's a money situation, it's a quick no. Because it's really hard to rework everything mid-season. That's why they're so late on re-signing people. That's why like right in preseason, you'll see them pick up Juju Smith-Schuster and Mecole Hardman and Kareem Hunt. Like we won't sign these people because it's like, all right, we're going to try to find everything else. And if we can't, okay, cool. Guys, come back home.
You'll get Chase Brown on the cheap, right?
Oh God. I wouldn't hate it. I mean, cause get Chase in a different situation, he really showed a lot of promise last year. So yeah, I wouldn't hate that. Getting some youth, but oh man, Kamara, come on now, that passing game, bro,
because that's all he does.
He knows what a lateral pass is, for God's sakes.
Yeah,
but
PPR passing for like ever.
So, was that your punt, pass, and kick?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, so your punt was
Chase Brown.
Chase Brown, that's right, and then your pass was Rico Dowdle, and so your kick is Isaiah Pacheco. I like it. For mine. My punt is going to be Kayshon Boutte. Diggs is back, but
he's back.
I really like this offense. Like what we got to see last night against a premier team being Buffalo Bills. I really want to see what this team has, and if they can go on a little bit of a run. My pass is at putting in is on the opposite side of that field last night. Khalil Shakir. Definitely putting him in a flex spot. Kind of depending on your rosters. Don't even look at that, but he's getting targets. Keon Coleman, is great, but it's just like he just hasn't really arrived for some reason, or really kind of made that step up. And it just seems like Shakir is a little bit more consistent, and would love to see him get a lot more work. It was just kind of a weird mistake kind of game, just like with the Chiefs tonight, just like with the Cardinals. Is just it's got the dam has got to burst. I think they're going to kind of open it up a little bit. James Cook is already like top 5 RB. I believe they had a stat, and it was like he's like 3rd or 5th for like all touchdowns on the year of like all players or something of that nature.
He's arguably the best running back in the league until this week, and like he was putting up ridiculous numbers, and then this week happens. But you're excited if you have James Cook on your team.
Oh, we don't, definitely. And but just with that, I really think they're going to take a step forward in that passing offense. So hopefully we get you Josh Allen fans. Let's go. Let's get it done.
Dalton Kincaid, sell high.
Kincaid, yeah.
Oh my God. Are we going to do it? Or are we going to trade it, bro? Let's talk after. Let's talk after. Because we may be talking about trading him, but you know who I'm kicking? Jameson Williams. We talk about wide receivers and it getting spread out to too many people. That is the issue there in Detroit. And Tesla is getting a bigger share than Jameson Williams is. And he's probably going to have a handful of good games. But I'm going to try my best to squeeze some value out. I'm realistically what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold on to it for one more week. Hopefully he does something of trade value worthy, and then I'm just going to trade him as soon as I can. But
are they playing outside next week? Because he's not a outdoor kind of player.
Yeah, he's an introvert. Just stays a little hermit. Just stays indoors.
Is he in the early running for this year's Gabe Davis Award?
Oh my God, man! As many times as I have played him, yeah.
Just a feast or famine.
I wouldn't have lost to Ryan if I didn't play James Williams. Because I had someone else on my bench. Even though I'm pretty excited about it, my percentage as far as rostering accuracy, 98.7. Oh, let's go. That feels good. But also, whenever you're 1-4, or actually, no, I'm 2-3 now.
No, I'm 1-4.
Yes, yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring that up. But you also lost probably the game of the year.
Oh yeah.
Like by what, 0.3.5 or not even that, like 0.03 points or something.
Yeah, I lost on an extra point at the last game, at the last 2 minutes. I'm like, really?
Was your reaction live on the internet when you realized you lost?
Oh yeah, I was watching it.
No, I'm saying Tvshka was like 2 years. Yeah. 2 years ago we were live, and Tvshka was like, "Yeah, that's right." And then the Jets ran that punt back in overtime, and
game 1,
his opponent had.
Or week 1,
at the Jets defense and special teams.
Yeah.
So. It's like they let them score or something like that there at the end. It's just nothing. I'm like, or it was really, and then they just needed an extra point. I'm like, seriously, an extra point.
I thought my computer just had a seizure or something. I was like, what is going on, dude? Like, what?
Yeah.
Let's put in a request for Sleeper. There's a bug in the system. What's going on here? Then realize.
Yeah, I went from top points that week or second in top points, obviously, to what kind of a show, whatever this week has turned into.
Hey, you got Bipocalypse, man.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, that is rough.
I was just trying to put a team together.
I looked at your roster. I'm like, oh, I don't have to play Rome and Bijan. Okay.
Yeah. Well, look. Yeah. Even though it didn't get you close to a win, we do appreciate you putting in effort and actually filling out a roster.
The points count at the end. Yep. So,
No, they really do. And
who's lines it anyway? The points do matter.
Yeah. And the way this season's going, that very well is going to be a lot of tiebreakers.
Yes.
For playoff spots.
Yeah.
But yeah. So my punt, pass, kick, Kayshon Boutte punt. I really want to see what they're going to do with that offense in this next stretch. Pass, putting in right away, Khalil Shakir, the flex spot, barring any injuries or any late information. And then Jameson Wilson. I just wanted to kick his ass out of here. He's gone. You banned from my teams. Also add Chase Brown to that mix.
Yeah.
And then Josh, just for a final review, what was your punt, pass, kick?
Yeah, small pass kick was Brock Bowers.
That's right.
He was a kind soul. Pass was Rico Dowdle, and my kick was AJ Brown. And I know, Jake, that he was saying in the chat that Hurts isn't passing to any of his guys, and when AJ went off that one time, they needed him to come back. The problem is, this is what they actually are. Is they're a run first. They really don't pass the ball until they have to, and the defense keeps them in every game, so they don't have to keep passing like they did against the Rams to come back. Especially their division, it all sucks. They can score at will on them. So, and AJ Brown's already pissed off. If they keep doing what they're doing, and it's not like things are going to change, so that's why I'm kicking on them. It's coming into the season, didn't think they were going to pass the ball a whole lot. They're not passing the ball a whole lot. The only time they did have to pass the ball a whole lot is because they were behind by a lot, and that typically won't happen with the Eagles. If it ends up happening, that means there's a lot more trouble in River City than you thought.
Yeah, and with Saquon Barkley finally getting his first touchdown, I mean,
and it was
you got your star wide receiver not getting anything done, because of the scheme, and then you have it was a pass. And you have your I feel like league MVP last year, just from that jump, backward jump alone, really not showing up. I think they're winning, but I think Philadelphia is in for some tumultuous times this season. But hey, they got a good defense. But didn't take that many notes. Okay, are notes blunts? Is that what you're talking about? Oh, I'm going to take some more notes after this. How bad is Kamar Deal? He would be perfect on Chiefs as a win. I know, right?
It's 24. It's a 2-year, $24 million a year, $18 million guaranteed.
Could do $2 million.
I looked it up. Well, I didn't know how.
How
That'd
much
be great if I had that off the top of my head.
Yeah. How much is left on that contract?
I mean, it was literally he signed it last year.
Fuck. Yeah, that's gonna be a tough
he signed
one.
it.
I don't know.
He signed it. A contract extension in October of 2024.
Yeah, just give him both Hunt and Pacheco. Give him the whole running back room besides Rashard.
A lot of money for a guy who's at kind of the tail end of his career.
Chase Brown, hands down, the worst value. Oof, I don't know, because there's another Chase that's kind of making a case for that one.
Yeah, but Chase Brown at least Jamar Chase has showed up because he's actually
one time
in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. I mean, but come on, being the number one.
He showed up 2 of 5 weeks. Is he worth the 1-1 position for 2 of 5 weeks? Hell no. But Chase Brown was a 2nd to 3rd round pick, and he hasn't shown up ever.
Yeah,
really? Someone grabbed him in the 2nd round?
Late 2nd, like early 3rd is where he is.
That's why I'm glad I have Bijan instead of Chase.
Oh, brother, right?
Yeah. Even though not this week, obviously.
If you tuned into the beginning of the episode, I was like, this season, the first couple of draft picks, the top 2 draft picks were like last season's top 2 draft picks of just like they just fell flat on their face for numerous reasons. Like Tyreek Hill and Christian McCaffrey were the top 2 draft picks last year. This year, majority have been Jamar Chase and Saquon Barkley. But if some people, like I've drafted Bijan Robinson over Saquon, they're a lot more happier now.
Yeah.
And I'm still 1-4. Sorry.
Hey, bro, you beat me by like 7 points. I was mad, but you're just right there. I mean, you got close losses.
Away.
Yeah,
plugging away. That's all you can do.
Man, I think I lost
this week.
Lost my first match in the ESPN league and scored like 150 points, and still lost. It was just maddening, but it's going to turn around. It's been a long season.
My ESPN league, I got the high points today, and I still had the other team had Kelsey and Worthy, and they were gradually climbing up. I was like, is this gonna happen to me again?
Yeah. They didn't?
No, I like won by like 7.
You're like the Yankees Toronto game last night where the Blue Jays went up like 12-0. And then the Yankees came back and the game was like 7-12. So it's like, oh, I'll give you a little hope.
Yeah. I was like, Travis Kelsey touchdown. I'm like, yay, but oh crap, no.
Yeah. Jake, I understand what you're saying. Garrett Wilson is Teflon. I know you're a Jets fan and you hate the Jets because they give you misery year in, year out, and they're a terrible run organization, probably top 5 of all time, at least since I've been alive. And Garrett Wilson, are you going to give away a top 5 receiver? Like on the year right now, he is the top 5 receiver.
For running back? For top running back?
No, he's top 5 receiver.
No, I'm saying I'm like, would you give him up? Yeah, for a top running back.
Oh yeah, no,
because running backs are.
If someone wants to, if Ryan at 1-4, I don't have Garrett Wilson, but if I did, I would gladly trade you Garrett Wilson for Bijan Robinson.
What about Garrett Wilson for Saquon Barkley? Yeah. I would. I mean, because depending on what the rest of the roster looks like, I might just for that opportunity because Saquon is gotta have to turn around. Like has to. I mean, but yeah, we'll see. Yeah, Ryan, any final thoughts or anything before we start signing off?
Nope. Calling it tonight. Just want to jump on and say hey.
Yeah, definitely, man. We appreciate you, brother. And the party will continue in the Discord, so definitely make sure that you guys sign up. Ryan, okay, I was gonna give him a big sign off, but yeah, Ryan, thank you so much, brother. Hopefully you have a chance to be one of this year's champions. And we'll definitely see you on the future shows too. I know you got hops on you guys' the book club, right?
Yep, the Red Blue Club, which will be going this Friday.
Yeah, Jacksonville, Trevor Lawrence save the night, true MVP tonight. Okay, well, settle down. A good win. He's not MVP. Maybe MVP tonight of the second half. Yeah.
Hey, he was it was game winning drive, bro. Game winning drive.
God, dude, that was just such terrible tackling.
Yeah.
I mean,
he fell down 4 times.
Oh, dude. Like, I'm probably gonna put like music to it. And it's probably gonna be like, something of that nature.
That needs to go to a sped up version of the Arizona Cardinals this weekend. I forget what the what I'm talking about. The like when they speed it up, it's like or whatever it is.
Yeah. I'm starting to kind of collect a little bit of bloopers. So like the hype to the face, the Fail Mary, all that stuff. So let us know in the chat what was your bloopers from this week. And Josh, as we go along, definitely let me know what bloopers there are. Corey, that was Corey. Man, thank you so much for everybody in the chats. Jake, Corey, GIF, as always, brother. Sorry, we had some tech issues. Yeah. Circular Flood, thank you so much for the cheap viewers on streambo.com. I appreciate that. And definitely will not be clicking that link.
Congrats on 5-0.
Yes, dude. So that's so awesome, man. David and Aaliyah, thank you so much. Master God 3. Ryan, thank you for being in chats and on screen as well. I believe there was a few more. Nick Abner, thank you for showing up earlier. And Bashir VR, Bashir VR, J Cup 4. What is good? I believe. Oh, Alex Flores. Yeah, he was the one that was offered Worthy or for Chase Brown. And definitely get Chase off your team. And Jake, the MVP of the chat.
Yes.
Definitely coming in, brother. We appreciate you so much. And Ezekiel Ruiz. Very early on. Man, what a good night, brother. I mean, I feel like I'm spent. Man. 2 hours. Been awesome doing it with you. What do we got coming on this week, man? What we got?
So Wednesday we've got our Rev Sports Wrap It Up. We go over NFL, but more on storylines. We probably will talk about Mark Sanchez and all of his crazy stuff there. And then what's going on in the MLB playoffs. Reds, they were there. They got a seat at the table. I mean, they didn't sit very long. They basically were at the kids' table, but they still got a seat at the table. But anyway, we'll talk about that.
Outside of the barbecue like the Royals were.
Right. But then we also will talk about the WNBA finals going on as well as everything else that ends the world of sports that goes on from Wednesday to Wednesday. We do that at 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern. And then the next night, myself and Justin Toner will be breaking down everything in the world of wrestling from things that happen between Thursday and Thursday, all the news and all the dirt sheets and stuff that goes around. We try and bring you all that fun stuff over there at 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern. This Friday, Sol and I will be back for our book club. We do it we kind of do it for every month, and we typically would do it every first Friday of every month. But we have our other show, which is Bracket Bitches, where people fill out brackets of good tournaments going on. Right now, we're doing WNBA. And then next would be obviously college football, NFL of that nature. And then obviously the big kahuna that is March Madness. We do those type of shows as well. And then you get us every Monday, 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern, to help you all with your fantasy team, shoot the breeze so we can, and basically it helps when the Arizona Cardinals completely fall flat on their face as a ball gets thrown in their face, dumps the ball before the goal line, and then picks off the ball and then fumbles it and kicks it 5 yards into the end zone to let a 72-year-old Tyler Lockett recover it. And then let Cam Ward realize that he's a good quarterback. So, yeah, I end that with the Arizona Cardinals. They're hilarious.
Bro, I mean, that interception fumble alone by itself would have just been like the worst luck. Yeah. But then you add, I mean, it's starting off with the height to the face, the demarcado, just giving the ball up. How are we still doing this? I don't get it. I don't get it.
Deshaun Jackson was the first one I can remember doing in the NFL. Deshaun Jackson, of all people. I remember him doing that.
Yeah, he was one of the early adopters. But yeah, man. So wrestling, everything going good with the new ESPN contracts?
Yeah, it's going all right. It's just the stuff going on in wrestling right now, a little bland. I'm not gonna lie. It's just kind of been a little meh so far.
Well, hey, man. Well, I know for wrap it up, man, right on the corner. We got some NBA. We got some NHL. Bro, we're about to get into some prime sports seasons, baby.
NBA and NHL are kicking off here in a couple weeks.
Yeah. I'm excited for it, man. It's going to be a good season. And, yeah, man. I mean, you got a full week, brother. So let's get you to bed. Let's get you some sleep. Yeah. And Jake. Yeah, quiz me on WWE or NFL. Yeah, man, come on, say in the chats. We'll get you quizzed.
What former Atlanta Falcons lineman ended up being one of the most popular wrestlers of all time? All right.
Hey, I like that one. But hey, we also like you guys to like and subscribe below. Thank you guys so much for being in the chats. We're going to see y'all. Y'all take care. Peace. We can just ease into that exit. You know, it's wrap it up.